Around 92, I went back to Brazil to see him, to teach a seminar. I was already working in movies. I was doing small parts in Hollywood movies. At that time, those Hollywood movies was selling everywhere in the world and was big in Brazil. So I came to HALDER Academy and I showed him stunt fighting, how to do fights in movies. And he never saw that in his life. So we did some TV appearance.
Taekwondo André Alex Lima passou alguns dias em Fortaleza matando a saudade de seus amigos.
Tem que ter alguma preparação para poder ensinar esses golpes e não haver acidentes?
Existem cursos, aos quais eu já fiz alguns nos Estados Unidos, de stunt fighting, que é exatamente para essas cenas de luta. E fazendo esse curso eu descobri que é mais difícil o papel de quem apanha do que de quem bate. Quem bate é fácil, é só dar um murro. Agora, quem apanha é que realmente é o ator. Tem que fazer o público acreditar que aquele golpe foi real.
Você já pensou em trazer um curso desses aqui para Fortaleza?
Eu pretendo no futuro, porque eu estou tentando abrir uma porta para os brasileiros, para, como eu, trabalhar em filmes nos Estados Unidos. Tentar no futuro, quando houver pessoas mais interessadas em fazer um curso desse aqui no Brasil, para abrir mais o campo para os brasileiros que pouco conhecem sobre essa arte de stunt fighting.
É um dos mais requisitados pontas dos filmes de artes marciais produzidos nos Estados Unidos.
O cearense André Alex Lima, de 28 anos, 1,85 m de altura e 90 quilos, é um bom exemplo de um atleta ator, exibindo as fotos que tirou ao lado de grandes astros do cinema mundial, como Lou Ferrigno, o famoso Incrível Hulk, e Arnold Schwarzenegger. André Alex fala de seus projetos para o futuro.
Eu já luto taekwondo há 16 anos e no momento eu realmente estou mais voltado.
O cearense André Lima chega a Fortaleza para ministrar um curso de artes marciais. André Lima é exemplo de atleta cearense que deu certo. Praticou taekwondo em Portugal e na França. O espírito de aventura insistia em querer mais. E depois foi para Los Angeles. Neste período, ele conheceu e fez amizade com gente famosa. O ator Lou Ferrigno, estrela da série O Incrível Hulk. E não poderia faltar Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mas além de ser atleta de taekwondo, o André Lima também é ator. Ele fez um curso nos Estados Unidos e já participou de 3 filmes ligados a artes marciais.
Constantemente estou na capa e em artigos das melhores revistas de artes marciais do mundo, em toda a Europa, nos Estados Unidos, é claro, aqui no Brasil.
HALDER Gomes, after seeing what I was doing, asked me permission to come to my house in the United States every year or every other year, and he basically begged me to introduce him to some of the people that I knew, the actors. He saw that I had the picture with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He kept insisting to get him to take a picture with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I did. And then he saw my picture with Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk, and then he wanted me to take the picture with Lou Ferrigno, and I took him. It was very easy. It was in Gold's Gym. We didn't really know Lou Ferrigno. We just spoke with him because I was working out over there. So I got HALDER, the picture with Lou Ferrigno. And then I had a picture with Cynthia Rothrock. HALDER won a picture with Cynthia Rothrock. I had a picture with Don Wilson. HALDER wants a picture with Don Wilson. I had a picture with my good friend Lauren Avedon, and HALDER wants a picture with Lauren Avedon. Everything I was doing, HALDER start copying everything, and I help him. I start introducing him to the people every year or every other year. He'll come and wanted to do the same stuff I was doing. Whatever picture I had, a year later, he went up with the same picture. And then, a year or 2 later, I decided to get him to do a little part in a movie. I call a friend of mine, Art Camacho, the famous Art Camacho, fight coordinator, director. Art was putting me to work in a lot of these movies doing little parts. I call Art Camacho, Art, can you help me? A friend of mine, I already taught him some stuff, and he doesn't know anything about movies, but he watches all the movies. Can you put him to do a little part in a movie? And Art Camacho, yeah, Andre, bring this guy in the summertime, and I'll get him to do a little thing, maybe in a Don Wilson movie. So Halder came, and then there was a movie going on called Grid Runners from Don Wilson. It was just a small part. Don Wilson will kick a door, and Halder was in front of the door, and he'll fall. That's it. Very simple. But Halder never did a movie in his life. He was extremely nervous, shaking, because he was worried about the timing. When Don Wilson kick, falls at the same time. But anyway, Halder did the part, and I did know I changed Halder's life in that day. And he decided that he wanted to be part of movies. In the beginning, he didn't know what he was going to do. He started trying to do something in Brazil. First, he wanted to have an American movie, to go to Brazil and to film in Fortaleza, Ceará, our city, because it's a beautiful city. He tried that, didn't work, and then he tried many other things, and I was helping him every step of the way. He worked very hard for it. And then a few years later, after read a lot of books and came to my house many times and meet all my friends and a lot of people from the movies, he decided to direct a movie. I was pretty impressed with it, and I was responsible for it because I am the one who introduced Halder to the movies. Without me, he'll never do a movie in his life, not even in his dreams. The name of the movie was Sunland Heat. And he decided to do that little movie in English. He invited me and he invited J.J. Perry. By accident, I changed Halder's life completely. I introduced him to something that ended up becoming his profession. That's a thing. Halder is a classic story of a student that looked up to his teacher and wanted to follow the footsteps. He wanted to be like his teacher. But he found his own way to become a director. Now he directs movies in Brazil, most comedy with martial arts.